I'd do anything for you. Anything.
Aaron Herbst was a technician at Gotham Cryogenics, where he was a caretaker for Inc. whenever she was held prisoner. However, he had developed an unhealthy attraction towards her, and he gets fired for it after his boss tells him that the cameras have recorded his quote, conversations with Inc. You see, Aaron wouldn't just say miscellaneous things such as minor complaints. Instead, Aaron would talk about his day, venting all emotions and secrets to Inc. This would go on for so long that Aaron would actually start to fall in love with her, at which point he would begin kissing the ice block that Inc. is imprisoned within. And speaking of him kissing the ice block, there's honestly a lot to say about this, such as him doing it without her consent, and the fact that this probably wasn't his first time doing this. However, I won't really be touching on this subject as it's rather sensitive, so just know that whenever you hear me call him weird or a creep, this is what I'm referring to. The main reason why Aaron developed feelings for Inc. is because he felt as if she was the only person who listened to him and actually cared about what he had to say. However, we'll quickly find out that that's just not the case. With that brief summary out the way, let me quickly go ahead and mention the episode that I'll be going over and discuss how I'll break it down. The episode we'll be looking at is titled Disappearing Inc. And like always, there will be some skips taken within the episode itself. But as usual, that's just to stay focused on our villain, if you even want to call him that, of the day. With all that said, let's dive right into Disappearing Inc. The episode starts at Gotham Cryogenics, where a disgruntled Aaron walks in on Inc. trapped within a block of ice. He then starts talking to Inc. about his problems, including that he's been turned down for a raise, but Aaron gets a call during the middle of all this where the caller says that his boss wants to see him. After the call, in Aaron's words, just for good luck, he kisses the ice block that Inc. is trapped within before going to see his boss. However, his boss tells him that he's been watching and listening to him via the camera he installed in the room, and that he's being fired for it all. The main takeaway from all of this is basically just what I said in the brief summary. Aaron let his emotions dictate his actions, which led to him saying and doing some weird things, such as kissing the ice block, and as a result of it all, he got fired. Another thing of note that also comes into play later is that Aaron is a very lonesome person. What makes this obvious is how he views and handles his work environment, how he believes Inc. is the only person who cares for him, as well as how secluded he lives, which we'll see later on. After being fired, Aaron acts out in revenge and cuts off the power to Inc.'s cell, allowing the ice to melt and freeing her. Skipping ahead, an alarm goes off that alerts both Batman and Aaron to Inc.'s escape, and a news report shows that she's holding employees at the cryogenics plant hostage. Batman then shows up, and after a short fight, Inc. makes her escape. Afterwards, at Aaron's apartment, he watches the newscast about Inc.'s escape and chuckles. Inc. then arrives, and as they talk, Aaron is surprised to learn that she's been able to hear and see him during her imprisonment. Aaron is initially embarrassed about going on and on about his problems, but Inc. says that she won't tell anyone if he helps her. Aaron then eagerly says that he'll do absolutely anything for her. So this also goes back to what was said in the brief summary, as that unhealthy attraction I mentioned is on full display here. It's his first time actually having a conversation with her, and he's already willing to do anything she says, even after she says that all of his problems were boring and stupid. Another thing of note in the next scene is that Aaron tries getting Inc. to shower. Now, there's two ways we can interpret this. The first being, he was just trying to be a good host and was simply offering a shower after she said that she wasn't hungry. And the second being, considering his unhealthy attraction towards her, and considering he kissed the ice block, and also considering that that probably wasn't his first time doing that, it's possible that he was offering her a shower because of his weird interest in her. Also, with him being as obsessed with her as he is, he should have known that she doesn't like water. So that's another thing to take into consideration. Skipping ahead again, later that night, Ink and Aaron break into a chemical lab and steal the chemicals that she needs. Before they can leave, Aaron asks for his reward, to be mutated into a shapeshifter just like her. Ink agrees, but before she can make good on her promise, Batman arrives. After a short fight, and after Batman momentarily defeats Ink, Aaron knocks out Batman with an industrial haptic feedback robotic arm and saves her. Skipping ahead yet again, Ink and Aaron then go to an abandoned sporting arena where Ink drinks the mutagen that heals her. Meanwhile, restrained to a post in the center of the ring, Batman has contacted Bruce and reveals information as to where he has been taken. So there's genuinely not much to say about Aaron during all of this. However, the one thing that is noteworthy is the fact that whenever they get caught outside the chemical lab, Aaron is quick to get handsy with Ink as he wraps his arms around her. Now, it's possible that he did this just to play up the part of being a couple, but knowing Aaron, he most likely saw that as an opportunity to place his hands on Ink. After Ink has revealed their location, and after Ink kisses Batman, Ink starts to walk off, to which Aaron follows her and once again demands his reward. Ink then grants his wish and injects him with the mutagen. Meanwhile, Bruce arrives at the arena wearing a trench coat that seems unusually bulky on him, along with a hat, scarf, and sunglasses to conceal his face. As he walks through, he sees Aaron, who is now a shapeless, unstable blob. Aaron mumbles that Ink only gave him half the treatment, robbing him of his cohesion, but ultimately leaving him unable to shapeshift like her. There's nothing Bruce can do for him, so looking past Aaron, Bruce sees what looks like Terry freed from captivity and comes closer. However, this Batman is actually Ink in disguise. As Terry watches, Ink snares Bruce with her arm and then begins twisting it to slowly crush him to death. Then, armor plates snap shut over Bruce's body and he bursts out of the trench coat. Meanwhile, Terry is horrified to see that Bruce has donned the exosuit to fight Ink despite the risk to his heart. Bruce then manages to send Ink flying into the far wall, but she attacks with a vengeance and manages to throw Bruce himself to the ground. As she advances, preparing to kill Bruce, Aaron crawls between them, moaning, "You promised. You promised." She sneers, "Loser," and tries to swat him aside, but Aaron, enraged that he gave everything up for nothing, wraps his shapeless body around her. As she struggles to get free, she accidentally knocks down the center ring, allowing Batman to free himself. As she throws Aaron aside and advances on Bruce again, Terry throws a batarang at the glass ceiling, smashing it and letting the rain in. Ink then begins to melt away. The main takeaway from all of this is that even though Ink showed nothing more than blatant disregard and disrespect towards Aaron, and even after she kissed Batman in front of him, he still felt like she would be truthful to him, and he still felt that she actually cared for him. It took him turning into a monster and flat out being called a loser to finally realize that he was being played a fool. The other things we can take away from this is his desire to be like her, and how he was genuinely upset that he didn't end up gaining her abilities. It's unclear if he wanted the abilities to actually use them for his own crimes, or if he just wanted the same abilities as Ink in order to use it as something they have in common. But again, knowing Aaron, he probably just wanted to have the abilities so he could be like, "Oh hey, look, we have something in common now. We should be together," like the sad, pathetic loon that he is. Anyways, skipping ahead for the final time, in the last scene, Aaron has been recovered, and thanks to Ink's deceit, had been rendered more or less harmless. With no hard tissues, he has no substantial locomotion, and is kept in a simplified glass enclosure with a blanket, and can only eat liquid foods fed to him through a funnel. Now he is the one trapped with an annoying and cheery attendant who tells him all about her problems, and is likewise unaware that she too is being monitored to prevent her from going down the same path as Aaron. And that would be the last time we ever saw Aaron Herbst. There's honestly not much to say about Aaron as a character, as he's kind of just a love struck, if you even want to call it that, idiot who acts on his emotions. He's truthfully a rather weird, pathetic, lonesome creep who again is an idiot. And I absolutely love that he gets a taste of his own medicine once he's been imprisoned. That was just such a nice touch. But now, moving off of the life and personality of Eren and on to his design and voice actor. Eren's design is truthfully one of the most simplistic designs of all time. A blue collared button up with a white shirt underneath, some blue khakis, and some white and black shoes is all his design consists of. Then there's his monster design, where he still has the same clothes, but now he's all... well, he just looks like the Wicked Witch of the West whenever she's melting. So now, we'll move on to Eren's voice actor, with that being William H. Macy. And for those that didn't know, he played Paul Kirby in Jurassic Park 3, the narrator in Curious George from 2006 to 2007, and Frank Gallagher in the US version of Shameless, which, if you haven't seen, I highly recommend, as well as many, and I do mean many, other great roles. So huge shout out to William H. Macy. With all that said though, this has been the agony and humiliation of Eren Herbst. If you made it this far into the video, comment down your favorite episode that involves ink. I always love to hear y'all's opinions. Also, like always, huge shout out to Mercenary X84 and Best Man Gamer for still being members. Mercenary X84 is going on 7 months, which is absolutely insane to think about. I really can't thank you both enough for all of the support y'all give me. It truly means the world to me. So thank you to the both of you again. And thank you to everyone else as well. I really appreciate all of the love and patience y'all show me. I seriously appreciate it, and you all mean so much to me. So just know that whenever I say I'm forever grateful, I truly mean it. But anyways, with my ramblings finally, and when I say finally, I do mean finally out the way, it's been ugly, and I'll see y'all in the next one.